Friends, this session is this set of sessions I'm planning to do it on the most famous and the most happening field, Internet of Things. I'll start with a very fundamental discussion as in what is IoT, what are the characteristics of IoT, how do we really go about it, what are all the things in Internet of Things, what are the protocols that are related to it, and then I'll take on till building a product. I will show how we can really build a product with IoT, and I have got a series of products that we have built with our students, and maybe about 10 projects I can demonstrate you with code as well in the next sessions. Next couple of sessions probably would be theoretical, where you will understand what exactly is IoT. Then you can really understand about the features and the prospects of how good IoT is, and how good it gives you an opportunity to go ahead and explore whatever you want to do with respect to technology side. So um, it's going to be an interesting session, so I expect you guys will definitely be happy about it. So first, in the first session I'm going to talk about the definition of IoT, then I will talk about the history a bit, and then characteristics, and finally application sector. So it should take about 10-15 minutes max. Now what is IoT? IoT is nothing but it is interconnection of the devices through internet, and the devices which are connected will emit data, will send and receive data. So what do you mean by that, sir? Simple. IoT connects multiple devices which are connected through internet, which are capable of sending and receiving data. So what can be the IoT components, sir? Right from the simplest of the air conditioner, simplest of your printer, simplest of your water heater, camera, home security system, your tube light. You can start saying so many things, so many things, where the list is really endless, and they all become things. The only thing is they should talk to each other through internet, and they should emit data, they should send and receive data. So that qualifies it to be IoT. And most important point, IoT is all about data, data and data. So data is everywhere. Without data nothing could happen. So please understand that data plays a vital role. Now there are a few other points that you guys need to remember it. IoT is all about exchanging data. Well, sir, is the data just a data, or does it have any other very important aspect to look into it? Yes, we have something very important to look into it. The data should be meaningful, which means I should get the data, and I should analyze, I should understand it. Then based on the understanding I should be able to take a decision, and that decision is going to either control or to do something further. So the data is going to be extremely meaningful, and it's going to be the king and the queen. That's very important. The data has to be interpreted correct. So that's the point that I'm telling you. So when you receive data, when you send data, please understand that it is all about how do you interpret the data. And most importantly, sir, I'm a computer science graduate, I'm a triple E graduate, I'm a ECE graduate. Do you think that I'm capable enough, or I'm technically stronger enough to go ahead and build an IoT project? No, it is a collection of multiple domains really coming into picture. So we will have a lot of domains which are collectively working on. A mechanical engineer may have to work with an electrical engineer and computer science engineer to get a product for mechanical. So it's collection of multiple domains. IoT is collective effort. IoT is where real teamwork happens, I could say, because you need really a lot of people coming into picture to contribute in their area. IoT is not one single element. Let's go to history a bit to understand how actually we are into internet, we are using internet. Some reports, when I went through, I referred a lot of documents, I read a lot of books for this particular session. So when you see that in 1990s, it states that about 3 lakh computers, desktop computers, were connected to internet. And in 2000, just in a span of it's 1990, it's not 1900. So in the span of say about 10 years, in 2000 it grew to 300 plus million computers connecting to internet. So the internet was very obvious then, but it was little slow, that we need to agree. But even then we had 300 plus million computers. It includes laptop also connected to the computer, connected to the internet. And in 2016, just a couple of years back, we had about 2.5 billion mobile phones connected to internet, which means now we are having all of us having at least 2 or 3 mobile phones at our home, and everything is connected to internet thanks to all the service providers and thanks to the plans that are inexpensive that we can handle. So all those are getting connected to internet, and in 2020 they predict that the refrigerators, the kettle, the water heater, the tube light, the watches, the shoes, you name an element and it is connected to internet, and they are all going to emit data. So it is going to be a reality, and about 500 million wearables, which includes the watches, shoes, will be connected to internet. About 4 billion navigation systems, which means your connected cars will come into picture. So all the navigation systems that we are going to use could be connected to internet, and it is going to be eventually data everywhere, and everything is going to send and receive data through internet, and this is called the Internet of Things for you. Now, what is the possibility or how it could be in near future? When you wake up in the morning, the water heater would have already gotten the water heated up to the level that you want, which means if you are waking up every day by 6:30, it will set the alarm and it can start heating the water by 6:15, and it would automatically get the things ready. During your bath, the kettle would have started cooking and it would have got your breads ready for the breakfast. And when you lock the door after the breakfast, after dressing up properly, the car would automatically open the door for you to get in. And when the moment you get into the car, the AC could automatically adjust based on your body temperature. While you are nearing your office, the parking slots would be informed to you well in advance, saying that this is the slot that is free for you, my dear friend. And while you are in office, if you had to take tablets, the pill box could send an alert to you saying that, sir, you need to take a tablet by 12:30, please take it. While after the completions of the work and you are coming back in the evening, you could switch on your light, you could switch on your AC well in advance, say about 5 minutes in advance before you reach home, and that's possible through internet. And when you have to go to the workout for a gym, the ambience can be set accordingly through internet. So all these possibilities are really, really infinite, and things go really crazy in this field, where you will really understand that at one point in time it's going to be automation everywhere. So it's going to be connected, it's going to be internet, it's going to be things connected together, and all together I can call it as Internet of Things. So what IoT is all about? It is going to be anytime, any device, anyone can connect, any service, any business can work with it, any network. IoT is all about connecting multiple equipment, right? Multiple devices. The phone could be manufactured by one manufacturer, whereas my laptop could be manufactured by another manufacturer, and they too come in the loop, and it's all heterogeneous there. And it is no restriction about from where are you doing it. It's going to be extremely open, and any location, anywhere you can really connect. Now, how do I define it further? IoT enables the objects, which are nothing but the things, to be sensed while also controlling it remotely, which enables better interaction of physical world to the computers. This would improve efficiency, accuracy, and limited human intervention. This is the best way that we can define IoT as. And Cisco BSG 2011 has released a data that says that by 2020 we will have 50 billion smart objects, which is never a joke. It's going to be really challenging for us to accommodate all these equipment into the IoT sector, and most importantly, we will emit data from everywhere and anywhere. It's going to be data everywhere. And above all these, what are all the application sectors that you can work on? IoT is used to track vehicle, asset, pet, and human. It can be used in agriculture. It can be used in the energy sector, safety, vigilance, and security systems. It could be used in mobile applications. It could be used in healthcare, telemedicine, smart city applications. I am going to build at least 10 projects for you by the end of this tutorial, which will all be connected to the energy, agriculture, and smart city applications. So I'll show you about 10 demos hopefully by the end of this session. So all these possibilities are really encouraging, and we have a lot of opportunities to work. That's the point, and you can dive into IoT right away. What are the characteristics of IoT? First, connectivity. You need to have connectivity. You need to have live connectivity every time, without which your IoT is nothing. So I need to really get my infrastructure set which has got complete connectivity without any havoc. Otherwise, it's going to be a problem. Intelligence and identity. The extraction of the data is fine, but how do I understand the data? How do I interpret the data? So we need intelligence there. And identity. All the devices that are connected to IoT must have a unique identity. Otherwise, the devices might not be really called as an IoT. It cannot be a thing there, because I need a thing to be having a unique identity, and there could be multiple things. So identifying a thing is very important with its identity. Scalability. You see, IoT network today is growing so vast that I must be having a infra. I must be having a setup which could permit me to really go really beyond possibilities, which means that I could scale in a massive manner. That's very, very important. And then dynamic and self-adapting. So what do you mean by that? Simple. I have an IoT supported security system at my home, which has a camera which tracks the entry and leaving of the people, and then it alerts based on the some unexpected entry or some unexpected events. So it could work in the morning, it could work in the afternoon, it should work fine in the evening, it should work in the night. So it should be extremely dynamic. So it cannot say that no sir, I will work only in the morning. No, then we don't need the device. And it should be self-adapting, which means that devices should be capable to accept any new device into the network, into the IoT setup so quickly without having had extra time to understand it. So it's all very fast. So there is a bit of complexity involved in building an IoT network. That's what this point is all about. Architecture should not be homogeneous in nature, and it's 100% heterogeneous, because we get things manufactured by so many people, so many manufacturers, and it's extremely heterogeneous. Safety, the final characteristics of an IoT network, you are sending data, you are receiving data, and is the data safe? So it's just not about data. You are having a lot of equipment around you, surrounding you. Are you safe from the equipments? Are you safe from the equipment? It's very, very important for you to really understand. You should be safe, your data should be safe, which means you should be secure, your data should be having extreme security as well. Otherwise, confidential data might be lost. So all these are regarded as characteristics of IoT, and we will have a lot of other characteristics referred in many other web pages, many other books, so you may go through it as well, but predominantly you will have all these stuff as characteristics. Thank you for following my channel and giving me tremendous support to continue further. I'll get back to you in my next session, where we'll have more inputs, and there we'll have some more interesting concepts to be discussed. Thank you very much for following me. Thank you.